It's been an incredibly challenging, demanding time, but I have thoroughly enjoyed my time as Chief Constable. You know, odd to say that I've loved every minute of it when we've dealt with some of the most horrendous of incidents and people's families have been destroyed by things that have happened to them. But it's been an honour and privilege to lead the organisation through and the communities through some of the darkest days that Merseyside Police have ever faced.
Have you ever personally felt sort of frightened because of your position? Have you been targeted?
I've not felt frightened. I absolutely have been targeted. The abuse that I got online last summer was absolutely horrific. Thousands and thousands and thousands of vile comments. Comments, you know, questioning my ability as a Chief Constable, calling for my resignation, calling me to be sacked, and my colleagues across the country, both male and female, are subject to that abuse online when they're dealing with a high-profile incident. However, the difference that senior females, and I say senior females, police officers, but also I would say senior females who are in the public view, they are subject to very personal abuse as well in terms of their appearance, their sexuality, how they identify, their gender, and that is something very different that our male colleagues don't experience in the same way and the same ferocity and vileness.
And do you think that's getting worse in terms of senior
women? I absolutely think it's getting worse. That misogyny being shown to senior females, senior public females, is definitely getting worse. My views of whether we're delivering two-tier policing, I just think are absolute rubbish. We are absolutely clear and robust around if people break the law, we will take positive action. There is no just like in terms of people are coming out to protest, we will enable that peaceful and lawful protest to take place, as we are seeing take place in many of our cities across the country at this moment in time. And indeed, we saw here in Merseyside last weekend with a protest and a counter-protest, and we are there as policing to facilitate that lawful and peaceful protest. However, when that protest becomes unlawful or there is serious disruption to our communities, then we will take robust and positive action against those people who are breaking the law. I just go back to Southport for a moment. What we saw at Southport, though, was not protest. There was no element of protest, lawful or peaceful. It was about 20 minutes after the vigil when that first brick was thrown. Those people made their way to their mosque with one thing on their mind. They wanted to cause damage to that mosque and they wanted to injure the people inside. There was no protest about that. They were intent on criminality and violence. Unfortunately, my officers realised what they were going to do and put themselves between the mosque and those people, those criminals, and I'm incredibly proud of the brave actions of those officers. But there was no element of protest. I will never call that a protest because it wasn't a protest.